you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all times. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program.
So much for joining. You are all welcome. Thank you so much for joining the broadcast. Wherever you are joining from, I appreciate you and I thank you for joining the broadcast. I say, may Chukwu be my guide and protect you. For those who wanted to join me on the broadcast, if you are coming on to join me on the broadcast, make sure you keep your phone this way and make sure that your rotation is on. Keep your phone in a horizontal way and then make sure that your rotation is on. That is the only way you can join me. Thank you for joining. Thank you for connecting. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. And I say, may Chukwu continue to guide and protect you. Today, I'm going to have a very short and quick broadcast just to speak to Biafrans. I've not been able to come around for some time due to certain issues, but I have to come around today to say hello to my fellow Biafrans and encourage Biafrans once again to keep on standing firm. If you look at the topic I chose there, I say, guide your heart. Guard your heart. You must guard your heart. We are in a very difficult time, in a very serious time, in a time that every one of us have to pay attention to the things that are going on around us. You must guide your heart. We are almost at the end of the time and you must guide your heart. Don't allow anybody to distract you. Do not allow anybody to confuse you. It is you and you alone that will take your decision, what you want and how you want it. It has gotten to a situation whereby every man to himself, you must stand your ground, stand in your word and take action. When you take action, you also take responsibility for your actions. It is not a time for anybody to decide for you what you say, what you do, or where you go. We have gotten to the period why every man must stand up for him or herself. When you look back to Nigeria, you see the things that are happening today in that zoological republic called Nigeria. It is evidence that nobody is going to stand for you, speak for you, or care about you. It is every individual to himself. Maybe you and your family. Even in certain cases, you can't even decide for your family. In most cases, you won't even decide for your child, your wife, or whoever is around you. It is every man to himself. And it has become very clear. That is why you must guide your heart in what you hear, what you do, what you digest. You must guide your heart because you are going to take responsibility for every action that you take today. It has become so critical now that cries are coming from all corners. It is no longer time to preach and tell people what to do and what not to do. Today, every evidence about what we have been talking about for a very long time has come to the open. The words of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu coming clearer than ever. You can see the suffering that the people are going through in that contraption called Nigeria today. The poor masses are suffering without anybody to speak for them. Nobody to speak for them, either from left or from right. Every man is standing for himself. And that is the stage we have reached, a time that you have to stand up for yourself. I will stand up for myself. Everyone has to stand up for him or herself. Stand your ground, pursue what you believe, follow it to the last for your freedom to come. It is you that will free yourself. I will free myself. We can collectively put our heads together to free ourselves. If you choose not to be free, nobody's going to force you. It's a decision you have to make. Do you want to be free, or you want to remain in captivity? Whatever be your decision, guide your heart towards it. Guide your heart. There is nothing I will preach today or say today that people have not said in the past. There is no new message I will give to you that our Supreme Namaste Nandekan has not given to you. The only thing I'm doing today is a reminder of what our Supreme Namaste Nandekan have said in the past, of what is going to happen. The suffering that people are going through today in that contraption called Nigeria was spoken about by our Supreme Namaste Nandekan. At the time we come, when you will have all the wealth, have all the money, but you can't have access to it. A time will come when you will have nobody to stand for you or speak for you. A time will come when every man will fight for him or herself. We are in that period now. It's left for you to take your decision what you want, if you want freedom or if you don't want freedom. But I will always continue to remind you that freedom doesn't come cheap. If you have signed up for freedom, prepare for what is coming. If you have sincerely, from the bottom of your heart, signed up for freedom, prepare for what is coming. It doesn't come cheap. It comes with a lot of sacrifice. That is why you must guide your heart on your decision. Whatever decision you are taking today, guide your heart. They are going to come after you. They will come after your choice. They will come after your decisions. But your freedom is in your hand. We have been created with that freedom. Chukwuka created every one of us and gave us that free thinking, that free will to take our decisions. Nobody can decide for you. Not even your parents, they won't decide for you. Not your wife can't decide for you. As long as you have reached to the age of decision making, an adult, you have to take decision, and you'll be responsible for every decision you take. If you have chosen the side of slavery, be prepared to be answerable to your children when they're going to ask you, Daddy, what were you doing? Or Mommy, what were you doing all this while? Be prepared to answer the questions. Prepared. Every one of us have to get prepared for whatever comes up. That is why today it is you and you alone that will take your decision. All we have to do is to guide you, put things in order, and tell you things that you have forgotten. Not things that you didn't know. Everything I'm saying on this platform on daily basis are things that you know already. They are all out there. I'm just a reminder. I'm just a reminder. Just like in the church where you have people ring the bell to call people to come to the church. You hear people cry for in their mosque to call people to come and pray. It's not as if people don't know that they will pray, but it's a reminder, because certain times people might be busy and they be carried away. That is why you have the bell sound in the churches. You hear the calling of the prayer in the mosque. You hear the sound of prayer also in the synagogues and all that. That is exactly what I'm doing here, a reminder. But the decision lies on you. If you choose a different path altogether, that is your business. It's just, you have to be responsible for that. Because the time will come when you are going to answer for everything that is happening. Today, so many of us have chosen the path of freedom. The path of freedom comes with a lot of responsibilities, a lot of trials and temptation, a lot of attack. Sometimes you might even look at it as if it doesn't worth it. Sometimes you start considering either to quit. Those situations are going to come, but you are going to overcome depending on how you made your decision. Were you the one that took the decision yourself with your mind intact, or someone else was making the decision for you? If someone else made the decision for you, it will be very difficult for you to stand the pressure. Because we are going into that stage where the pressure is going to be so much that if you are not careful, you can't stand it. In the stage that we are now, every hand must be on deck. We must stand firm and stand strong. We must make sure we take responsibility for everything that happens. And we must not overlook anything. As I told you before, I'm a reminder to remind you of things you have known, things you have been told in the past by several people, so many people who are in this struggle. If you have chosen the path of slavery, good luck for you. That is your choice. I wish you well. If you have chosen the path of freedom, good luck. That is where I stand. That is where I am. That is where our Supreme Mazen Nandekano is. That part of freedom to liberate the Biafran people. That is why today Mazen Nandekano is still in detention. But I believe you, just like everybody is asking, Mazen Nandekano is coming out. He's going to come out in glory. And our prayer is that he should come out, because the coming out of Mazen Nandekano is going to solve so many problems. Everyone knows that. Even our enemies know that. The politicians know that. Those pretenders, they know that. Those who are confidential, they know that. They know that the freedom of Mazen Nandekano will create a lot of changes. Everyone is confessing that today. That confession alone tells you that the man, our Supreme Mazen Nandekano, is not standing for himself. He's standing in for every one of us. And that is why we say we will continue to ask for his freedom, regardless of what anybody says or what anybody puts in the line or whatever anybody is doing. We will continue to demand for the freedom of Mazen Nandekano. And he is going to be free very soon. I strongly believe that. I can see Mazen Nandekano coming out sooner than you. So as soon as possible. That is why it is important that you guide your heart at this tempting period. You are going to hear a lot of things. You are going to see so many things that will discourage you. You will see so many things that will make you think, does it really worth it? But I bet you, guide your heart. It worth it. This is the time you must guide your heart more than ever. Because you're going to see things you never expect. You know, you're going to get disappointment from angles that you never expect. You are going to hear things that you never expect you're going to hear. But you must guide your heart. As long as you by yourself made a decision to pursue freedom, you must guide your heart. This is our collective responsibility, fighting for our freedom. You free yourself, I free myself. Our common interest as Biafrans is freedom. That common interest extends to our Oduduwa brothers. Our common interest with our Oduduwa brothers is freedom. Every single one of us who is in autopilot today, we are seeking for freedom. At least I'm sure of autopilot. They are still on that path, pursuing freedom. I'm still sure of that. That in autopilot, we are still pursuing freedom. For those who want to pass through another means or any other angle, who have either taken the decision or somebody took the decision for them, either to go for election or whatever, you must guide your hearts and be ready to take responsibility for every action you took, for every decision you take. Be ready to take responsibility. Because I tell you, the internet never forgets. That is one good thing. And every decision you and I take today will speak for us in time to come. Some of us, our children are already seeing what we are doing. Some of us, our children, will see in time to come. Our children will ask questions what their parents we are doing at this difficult and critical time. That is why you must guide your heart. What you do today will speak for you tomorrow. Make sure that the decision you are following is something you have taken within your heart, within you, in your heart. Make sure that the decision you have taken, or the angle, or the what you are pursuing, is a decision you made solely within your heart, after digesting it, after sitting on your own, when you are alone, only you and only you and your God, and you took that decision to take a certain path, and you are very much convinced that the path you are taking is the right path. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because I tell you, every one of us will be held accountable for the decision we take. That is why you must not allow anybody to take the decision for you, or neither play into anybody's hand. Any place you are watching from, I appreciate you. And I thank you very much for being able to join on this very platform today. I said I'm not going to speak much, because the time we are in now, there's nothing new that I'm going to tell you that you have not heard. Everything I'm saying today are things you have heard before. I'm just a reminder, just as I told you before. And the area I'm reminding you today is on your decision making. And again, guide your heart. Guide your heart. Guide it very strong. You are going to see things that will discourage you. You are going to say things that will make you cry and say, does it really worth it? People are going to disappoint you. The people you trust most, the people you think they will never fall, they are going to fall. People are going to disappoint you. But what you're going to do is to guide your heart. If you still believe that Chukwu Okike is in charge of whatever we are doing, as I have always said, every mistake we make will turn out to become upliftment for us. Every mistake our enemy makes will turn out to be upliftment for us. All things will work for our own good, as long as we have taken this decision in good faith, pursuing that which is right, in the name of Chukwu Okike. Everything will work for our own good. I don't have any doubt about that. I am pursuing the path of freedom. And any day I stop talking about the freedom of Biafra, I will choose a different topic and not to talk about any other thing. I will not come here and begin to talk about supporting any other country or any other region or any other ideology. No. It is either Biafra or nothing. If I stop talking about Biafra, I go into motivation or entertainment. But Biafra is my nation. I have strong hope in that. It's a decision I took by myself. Nobody called me to speak for Biafra. Nobody preached to me to talk about Biafra. Neither did anybody come to train me to talk for Biafra. No. I keyed in 2015. When Mazen Naneka was arrested in Nigeria, detained, and they tried to kill him. That was when I came in fully. I began to follow Mazen Naneka. All his messages from then, 2015 till date, I can tell you, it's very hard. If there are his messages that I'm not listening to, they are just very few. If there are messages that I have not listened to, they are just very, very minor. I've followed almost every information. And that is why it doesn't matter what anybody does or what anybody says or whatever anybody. I stand with Mazen Nandekan 101%. Even today, even his enemy today are standing with him. His enemies are confessing him. That's how to show somebody who is on the right path. His enemies are confessing. The more you try to quell down his followers, the more you try to destroy the foundation he has laid, the more the foundation works stronger and grows stronger. It doesn't matter. Even if today you decide to clamp down on autopilot, if tomorrow you will see a better one come out. We must stand firm and stand strong. The battle is going to be strong. It's going to be tough, but at the end, we are going to win. That is why I have no doubt in my own personal decision I've taken. I don't know about you if you're having doubt about the decision. I don't know about you if you are not sure about the decision you have taken. But as for me, I have no cause to regret my decision. I have taken my decision and I took my stance, and I'm going to be there to do everything I have to do and see things through. The little contribution I have to be making online the way I'm doing, I will continue to do that. It is for my own good. At least the little thing I can do for my beloved people and beloved nation Biafra, to remind them of certain things they have forgotten. It's not as if I'm saying something that you've not heard before. We have a lot of media warriors who are doing a great job saying one thing or another, passing informations. But I tell you, there is no new information you're going to hear from me that you haven't heard from other people. More especially our Sundar Nandikam. I'm just a reminder. Just as I'm telling you now, guide your heart. Just guide your heart. It is very important. At this particular point in time, guide your heart. Don't get distracted. They are going to come after you. More propagandas are going to come. More distractions will come. Things will come that unbelievable things are going to happen. But in the midst of it all, victory is sure. And our Supreme Damazin Nandikam is going to join us very, very soon. There's no two ways about it. He's coming to join us. And I'm waiting for that moment for us to celebrate. I'm waiting for that moment for us to dance in the street. I'm waiting for that moment for us to regain our stance the way it's supposed to be. I appreciate every one of you that has been standing strong up to this minute. Personally, I will tell you to hold your stance. Just as Master Nankana said, whatever you are doing, continue to do it and hold it strong. Don't get distracted. No matter what you see, no matter what you hear, don't get distracted. Stand your ground. We shall overcome. May Chukwu be my guide and protect everybody that have paid attention to this very short broadcast. I appreciate you. And by the special grace of Chukwu, tomorrow I'm going to be back again, maybe on my normal broadcast, to spend time with you and talk the way we used to talk. Today is just a word of advice, a brief word of advice. We'll tell you to guard your heart. Guard your heart. Guard it jealously. Guard your heart jealously. Don't allow them to pull you down. Because there's a wave that is coming. There's a wave that is coming. It's going to be heavy. But as long as you guard your heart, it's not going to bother you. We will march into freedom. We're going to move into freedom. I appreciate every one of you who is standing strong, doing one thing or the other. No matter the area that you're occupying, no matter the contribution you're making, in every angle, no matter how small, you are appreciated. Everybody matters. Every information matters. Every contribution matters. Whatever contribution you're making, I say, may Chukwu continue to guard and protect you. We shall get home. Is either Biafra or nothing. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being with me on this brief broadcast. I will see you again tomorrow. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.